Hey kids, it's me, Ragged07, talking to you for just a few minutes while we have our morning coffee while it's still morning. If I were to get cut off on this, I will make an afternoon coffee. How's that? Because I might actually have to do that. All right, so yesterday was my birthday. Had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I had a cake and it had a giraffe on it, and because I love giraffes, and it was neat. It's kind of neat, because I'm 45 now, and it's such a milestone because when I was born, they said, she's got maybe 3 days to live. Well, obviously, I beat that. I was baptized in a bathroom sink. I guess that at that point, my mom and everybody else, that might be a good idea. So the priest came in because at that time we were Catholic, and so the priest came in, baptized me, and you know, good luck. Then when I was 32, roughly 32, I'm going to say, I went to the doctor, and because I started having problems with my knees, I was starting to get a little bit pain, and I didn't know what the heck was going on. Well, I have arthritis, and the doctor says to me, and he asked how old I was. I said, I'm 32. And he's like, oh man, you're a dinosaur for OI people. I'm like, wow. I was like, well, I take care of myself. The only thing I do that's horrible is smoke, at the time. And, I just don't, whatever, I just, maybe it has to do something with attitude. I don't know. I'm not saying there are times I do not have the best of attitudes. So, yeah, that's why when people sit there go, oh, you're so, you accept things as they are, blah, blah, blah. You don't know what I'm thinking. Uh, yeah, so anyway, and, here we are at 45. I must be a fossil. I must be a fossil by now. Some days I do feel like a fossil. I feel more like the dinosaur than the fossil. So that's good. And actually, people with OI live normal living lives. I mean, it's funny because I remember I went to the doctor one time, my psychologist, and she's saying, asking me about what my longevity is for people with my disability. And I said, I don't know. I don't care. Hello? I'm like at the doctor, the shrink, I should say, trying to sort out my life so I can continue living it and not want to die all the time. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe 46, 7, I don't know, 64, something like that. It was like a fairly younger age, like 50 something or 60, I think. That's what I said. But um, she comes back the next week and she's like, oh, I got your results. I'm like, results for what? And she's like, on the longevity of OI people, do you want to know? I'm like, I don't know, right? Because I'm thinking, man, what if I overshot it and they're going to tell me? Now I was like 19 or 20 at this point. And so I'm thinking maybe I overshot it and it's only like 30, right? Because I didn't, I don't really associate myself with a lot of people with OI. And, um, just it's not by choice. It's just that's the way it's been because it's rare. And anyway, so yeah, I said, okay. So she's like, it's an average lifespan. I was like, you mean like 70s, 80s? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, shit. I'm thinking, man, I am going to be like, oh, no, 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 no. Not going to, it's not going to work for me. Unless I'm not, if I'm not in pain, okay, I'll be okay. But I can't imagine what 30 more years would be like. You know? It'd be what, 75? Uh, yeah, middle aged. It's fun. And I'm not afraid to die at all. I mean, I got a taste of it, and I'll be fine because I know that there's another life, and that's pretty much guaranteed. At least I believe that. And there is something far greater than we can imagine. That's going to be up next. Up next, right? And I'll be able to just, wow, it'll be great. It'll be great. God has my soul, okay? I no longer have any control over it at all. You know, it's like, I tried to. And finally, it was like, you know what, you deal with this because this is crazy. Obviously, I totally get what they mean about you don't own your soul. You are responsible for it, but you don't really own it. It's be like, you know, if somebody gave you uh, a diamond ring, okay, and you were like disrespectful of it, because a diamond ring, you know, has value and stuff on this planet. So you like you mistreat it, you bang it around, you lose some of it, right? And you're like, wow, what happened? Oh well, you know, I just was chucking it around and you know stepped on it a few times and you know, whatever. And you're just kind of like, but I gave you that, you know, and that's a lot of value on the emotion, not the dollar signs, but that's a lot of value on an emotional level. So, you know, why didn't you take care of it? You know, that kind of stuff. So, I guess it's kind of an odd analogy, but that's the only thing I can really think of. Um, but that's just my views. So, anyways, I'm gonna go. It's a short one, and I'm very tired, and I really need a nap, and I have things to do, and I can't do it just as of yet. So, I hope you enjoyed my picture. I took it at Kroger, their flowers. The one before this one, the video before this one, I took at Target because I thought these little blanket things were neat. So, and I think it came out good. And I'm trying to get more pictures of like objects and nature. And because I like, you can work better with the shadowing and like with a person, it depends on the lighting and you have to get it just right. With this, it just seems like you can work with it easier than a human being, right? And plus, you don't have to invest in all the lighting. So, I suppose I'd probably be a good people photographer, but I'd much rather do stuff. Okay, love you guys. Peace be with you always. Enjoy, have fun, and be creative. Bye bye.